Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long minute since I've been on my channel, but I'm trying to bring more content to you, more creative content. So today I wanted to show you how some of the ways I've been staying creative during this quarantine and just keeping a creative practice up in general. So several months ago, I was inspired by a lot of Paige Evans Taylor. She makes these cute Coptic journals, and so I wanted to try it. I looked at her tutorial and some tutorials on Skillshare and made my own. Now, this Coptic journal was made with, I didn't have wood at the time, but it was made with canvas board, and I painted it. I drew and painted the front design and then added some embellishments on the top. The inside inserts, there are 7 inserts, and as you can see already, it's getting so chunky. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually be able to fill it all the way because it's getting harder and harder to work with. It could stand on its own right there. But I put some charms, different types of charms. Some of them are actually, yeah, these are all different charms. I have another one that I made with just puffy stickers. And the inserts themselves are made with watercolor paper, cardstock paper. So this was specifically done as like a mixed media journal. I know Paige Evans Taylor, she kind of does it with a lot of scrapbooking paper, and I did have one that was just for scrapbooking purposes. But for this one, I wanted to do more painting. So yeah, that's just a quick little run through. These embellishments are actually just stickers, and I just love the way it looks. So the first page, like I said, these are canvases, and I actually just use scrapbooking paper to cover the inside of it. And I haven't done anything fancy with the covers of each insert. This is what I have right now. You know, I just work with what I have. So this is my first insert, which I haven't actually finished yet. I will probably be going back to it later. Here's a spread. It's just a collage scrapbooking spread. I'm just using different scraps of paper and things on my desk, but I didn't finish this page. Here is the one where I feel like it really gets started. I love this spread. It's just, again, a lot of scrapbook pieces of paper. This is actually from the All Heart collection, this background, and all I did was gesso on top, which gives it a nice muted effect. I put a picture that I had, used some pieces of scrapbook paper from the All Heart collection again, and right here, if you can see, there is glitter iridescent glue with star confetti on top. And the purpose of this journal is basically just to collage and to create. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it. I'm kind of just taking pieces of colors that attract me. So this page is very pink, white, and black inspired with, you know, different highlights of colors. Like we have gold, we have a daydreamer sticker, some tulle. I've added fabric, I've added magazine paper, even some tissues, and these are some stickers that I made myself, which is very easy to do. You just take these stickers from, like, they're label stickers from Walmart, and then I just went over with the Tombow marker or any type of marker, and then I use like a gold metallic watercolor that I have, and I just have several sets of those already pre-made, so I just use them in my spreads wherever I feel like it. Here is another spread, more mixed media. I'm not going to talk through like the whole process of each one because we'll be here all day. but this, we have some sequins and confettis glued to paper. We have magazine paper, embellishments, painted paper, gesso. So I just like to mix it up, whatever's on my desk, and that's, for me, that's like the more important part. And this is the first insert. After that, I didn't really finish it. So once we got to the second insert is when I decided, what if I took a color that I would focus on? Now, this one is, the colors are all over the place, but I just started taking, again, different pieces of scrap paper I had on my desk, things that interested me, and then I added paint and tried to make a composition with it. So that's what these pages are, and I'm not going to spend all day on it. Some of the details you can see on some pages, there is like gel pen. I actually got this gel pen from one of my Simply Gilded boxes. I love it. It's a purple sparkle gel pen. And here are some of the same details here. And again, we're just using different papers. Some of this is washi tape. Like this grid is like one of my favorite washi tapes. I wish there was a line. Someone needs to come out with a line of washi tape that's just grids. It could be metallic grids, foil grids. I would love that. But this is, I'm trying not to ramble. Okay, here is another look. And I'm trying to get used to this setup. I'm actually shooting outside, so I'm trying to get accustomed to everything. But on this page, we have scrapbook paper, pieces I had laying around. You can see there's a lot of pink and black, and this is actually paint. It's golden titanium buff. While it was still wet, I went in with like paintbrush and like just drew into it while it was still wet. For some reason, I really love how this page turned out. It's very minimalistic, especially this side, but it turned out so pretty. I felt like the colors really went well together. I really love this page. And this is just a little puffy sticker and a piece of sequin fabric at the top. Down here we have paint, and this is use mixed media paper that I had lying in my stash. So the key and the trick here again is to use what you have lying around and then try to find ways to make it all come together. Now I'm slanting it so you can see the details of the gel pen, that purple gel pen. It kind of has like a bluish purple tint to it. And so once I put like the elements down, then I'll probably go back in with white gel pens or gold markers, or whatever pens or markers that I have, and start going in to add the details. So first I focus on making like bigger painted areas or using bigger pieces of paper. Then you go in and add the details. This page I didn't really care for as much. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like where the color scheme is going. This is a great way to test out color schemes as well, to see if there are certain colors that harmonies that you like. So I did like the color scheme for this. It's kind of like a light pink with mustard yellow, black, and a little lilac. And on this page, I love the color scheme here. It's not my favorite page, but I do love the color scheme. So this is a great way to test out different color schemes. I think out of this whole art journal, this is my least favorite page. And when I was doing it, when I was starting it, I was like, oh, it's going somewhere, and it just didn't. And I didn't try to save it. It's just is what it is, and that's okay, because in a journal, it's okay to have things you don't like. It's your journal. Here's another spread I did. You can see the gold metallic. Again, I didn't really care for this page. I love this ombre color effect, but everything else is just it wasn't working for me. But we keep it in there, you know. Everything doesn't go out like you want it to. So here we have this spread. I love the vibrancy. I think this page really showed me that I really love this neon yellow. I don't know, all of a sudden this whole journal I've used a lot of neon yellow in my spreads, and I realized I really love it. It goes great with pink. It goes great with these blue violets. It's just so fun and energetic. I've always liked pink. I love fluorescent pinks and different types of pink colors in general. But this journal has helped me to discover that neon yellow it's life. So here I did a different approach. I started started with the painted background instead, but I wanted to maintain that white space, so I didn't paint the whole page. Then I added my scraps of papers, stickers, craft paper, and then I went in and added different marks. So I'm bringing it up to the camera so hopefully you can see the details a lot more. And I really love how this spread turned out. Again, you can see a lot of neon yellow and pink, but it stands out. Now here's the last page of my first book. And this is it's combining a painted page that I already had set up. And here's a tip. When you're doing these kind of spreads, it's nice if you already have a stack of painted papers, or papers that you just, put a lot of extra ink on, like that, and don't throw it away, just keep it in your stash, and then bring it back in and cut out different shapes from it, and then just use it in your spread. So this is a unique color palette for me. I wouldn't normally turn to this color palette, but I've actually liked it a lot. There is lime greens, this kind of light blue violet color, black and white, and maybe a tiny bit of pink, and it works well for me. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I like the colors. So in this next insert, I call this my book of pink, because the focus on the color I wanted to focus was pink, because that's my favorite color. Ironically, I don't know if this book was my favorite to do. It should have been, but I don't know. I guess I have favorites out of each spread. But here is, on this page, there is a lot of, I started it just scribbling. Then I took a layer, and you can't really see, I took a layer of modeling paste and let it dry. Then I added layers of scrap paper, and this is actually glitter fabric from Hobby Lobby. And then once you do that, let the modeling paste down, then I went back in and added my different little art marks. And so that's the key. You just layer, you just play. I didn't really have a plan for any of these. On this page is kind of the same approach, where I started with just scribbling and then going on top with different art marks and different pieces of paper. Some of them are stickers from my sticker books from planning. Some of them are die cuts. Some of them are just cut out shapes. Some of them are just pieces of paper that I drew on top of. So there's a wide range. Now I like this page, but this page I still feel like there's something missing, but I'm kind of done with it. And I just took out pieces of scrapbook paper and I cut out interesting shapes. Here is more, this is paint with modeling paste in it, and then I have like an iridescent medium and went back in and added art marks. The same for this. This is a page that I was trying to save, and I feel like there still needs to be something on this page. I don't know what, but again, I don't know if I'm going back to finish it. Here we have this page. This is probably like my chunkiest page because there's a lot of fabric elements on this page, so it made it a bit chunkier. I love the colors. These were actually, I was testing out some oil pastels and drawing random abstract flowers. Then I cut it up. That's what I tried not to be too precious with my artwork. So if I did something that was just practice or swatching, I'll cut it up and keep it in my journal. And here is more of that glitter fabric. This is actually a, you know, one of the coupons from Hobby Lobby where you get where they write down your fabric order. So, and I was like, oh, it has pink in it, so why not? I have mixed feelings on this page. I was trying to go through a different approach where I just painted and masked out certain areas with washi tape and drew in between. It's not my favorite, but it's interesting. Now here we started getting more abstracts, more my style, where I started out with painted backgrounds, dropping ink, and then I try not to cover my pages with paint. I'm the type of person where I like white space in what I'm doing. So I'll paint, but only in certain areas. Then that'll give me room to add what I want to. I don't want to get the whole page messy. I just want a little portion of the page messy. Then I can go there. It kind of keeps, for me, it keeps things from getting too chaotic. Because I feel like when you're making art, you want to give your eye a place to rest, and it helps to establish a focal point in your work. But that's just me. That's how I work. Then we have this page. I thought it was very interesting. This page, these are watercolor pages that I painted separately and then glued into the book. And what I did was, before I glued it down, I took scrapbooks, pieces of paper, and kind of set it in the background of these. And it's done with metallic markers, so you can see the details there. I'm trying not to keep it too long, but this video is going a lot longer than I was planning. I should have did a quick flip through, but some people like longer flip throughs. So anyway, here we go. Second page. I was playing with the washi tape, and a trick for washi tape is if you want to make certain shapes, what I did was I actually stuck like pieces of washi tape on sticker paper. And once I did that, I could cut out different shapes from that sticker paper. And instead of gluing it, since it's sticker paper, you can just adhere it to the page. So it's that easy. And here's the last page of the pink. It's not my favorite. I think this section threw it off, but I think overall it works because I tried to stick with a certain color. So that's the end of my pink notebook. The next one is I call it my book of yellow. This one was the longest one to do. At a certain point I just got stuck and didn't touch it for like a month. So now I recently did this one, and you can see I use different die cut embellishments. Some things work about it, some things don't, but again, I was just playing around. Now I really love this page for some reason. I took right now I've been using words and letters in an abstract way. I just took a stencil and started stenciling around different letters that I had, and I wasn't trying to make any words. I just wanted to make marks with my letters. So that's a tip. If you have different words or stencils or letters, you don't have to make words from them specifically. Just use them as another way to make marks on your page. Then I went in with paint and ink, and then on top of that I put different shapes of paper. So that's that page. This one's more minimal. Started out with that neon yellow that I like, scribbled on top with some black, and then added my magazine papers and my scrapbook papers and this one little puffy sticker. This page started off as an ugly page. I didn't like it at all. So what did I do? I painted it all black. But these elements actually were already there. I did like these elements. I did like the color scheme. So I just painted the black around it. And you can see the hollow. This is actually a piece of paint that dried up on my palette. I went back in, added more scrapbooking paper, and I did more little doodles around it. Same as the previous page, I was not liking some of the colors, so I didn't paint everything. I kept the elements that I did like, and the areas that I didn't like, I went in with black, and we just added different elements. Like here's some holographic vinyl, a stitch element that I had, some neon papers, painted papers that used to be a happy planner note paper, simply gilded washi tape that I had, and this one I discovered I really like this color scheme of craft paper, white, black, and yellow. I felt like it really is a nice blend that, again, that I wouldn't necessarily thought to work with. So I don't know what it is about this page, but this side especially, it really works for me. I just love these colors together. Next, I tried to add some words here, and I kind of wish I kept it separate because I don't like the way my handwriting looks sometimes. So I didn't really know what to do with this page, but we've added some holographic vinyl fabric and just doodles, and I actually did some rub-on stickers as part of it. Then we have this page. I really love how this page came together. It's like a light neon pink with fluorescent yellow. Here we have some glitter glue and pieces of scrapbook paper and leftover paint chips. And this is just paper that white cardstock paper that I drew circles on. And here is the last page for right now. I don't know how I feel about this, but it's this goes back to having scraps of painted paper or paper that you just make marks on. Like I'm testing out markers. So that's what this page was behind it. Then I drew lines. I added the yellow background, added a dye. Now I did like this technique, and I'll probably play with it more since I'm trying to use more of my craft supplies. I took different puffy stickers and just randomly stuck it to a piece of paper, and I tried to stay within a certain color family that kind of went together. And in a way, it creates its own pattern effect. So you're getting like a pattern paper with puffy stickers, and it gives it dimension and it gives it texture, and it makes it a little bit interesting. Does it work well with this page? I don't know, but I like it. I don't hate it. So yeah, that was the last page of my book of yellow. And I still have 4 more to fill, but like I said, it's getting harder to work in because it's so chunky. So I don't know if I'll do it or not, but I just wanted to show you that flip through of this notebook. Maybe I'll do like a, maybe I'll try to do like a faster flip through with just, you know, no mute, with me not talking, so you could just look through it. But there you go. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them and I will respond to it, on how I did or anything that I use. I will be sure to respond. Be sure, if you like this or if you want to share it, be sure to like, click and subscribe, and I would appreciate it. And I'm going to try to bring out more material for you out there because I really want to show more of my process, you know, more of my creative process. So hopefully more will be coming. But thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.